Hello Gemini, and welcome to your monthly reading. So this is for the month of July 2023, and it is a collective reading for Gemini rising or sun signs. So I am keeping the astrology in separate videos. If you haven't been to my channel in a little bit, just know that I'm doing a little bit of a different format. I was including more astrology, and then I decided that there was just too much to share and making the videos too long, so I've separated them out. There's a playlist on my channel that is called Astrology Highlights, so that's where you'll find astrological highlights for the month, for each month, right? And I've been doing them in bi-weekly videos, but honestly I think I might be changing that up. I might be doing smaller videos throughout the month. I'm not really sure about the format, so I'm experimenting with it. I was actually feeling this card. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the progression of the month for you, and also what kind of challenge might be coming up. Oops, sorry, that was there. What kind of challenge might be coming up for you during this month that feels prominent, related to like what we're looking at, and then we will also take a look at what kind of, spiritual advice, we could say divine guidance, divine counsel, that is coming up for you. All right, Geminis. So we have an interesting month ahead astrologically, I will say that. So definitely know that I will be putting out information about that. Okay, so let's start with what is happening for like the theme overall for the month. And we have Capricorn that's showing up. So I definitely am feeling like this is about, just like Capricorn has a history of, what is it? There's a word I'm looking for. It's such a simple word. When you lose your words, that's what just happened to me. Anyway, it's very well known for being about that work, right? It's about like working and getting to like the top, about mastery, about mastering a craft or an art, or like, being the best in your field, or like just having a field, pursuing your career goals, like pursuing goals, period, in life, creating structures, right? The Capricorn is definitely that way. Capricorns are also like I find very intuitive. So I don't know why I'm feeling like I want to highlight that particular part. I don't think that's the theme of the month that's happening. Sorry, that's my cat telling me that she wants to eat, so I'm feeding her as soon as I'm done with your guys' reading. So that's the overall theme for the month, is like what you're working towards, what you're working to master. Now, yes, this can be about career. This can also be about some area that you're studying, that you are working with in that sense. Even though like most of the time we might associate that more with like Sagittarius or Jupiter or something like that, but it's like this can really just be about your goals and what you're really moving towards in life. So let's just say that whatever it is, maybe you're buying a house, maybe you're trying to expand your business, or world travel is on deck, or whatever it is, what you're moving towards and what you're working hard towards, creating stability and structure towards, and getting better and better at, that is what's on deck for you here, right? So we have the beginning, middle, and end of the month, and we start with the Knight of Pentacles. We move into the middle of the month with the Nine of Cups, and also finish out the month with the Ace of Wands. So it's interesting. We'll get into it. Let's get into the full picture in a moment. So let's take a look at each one individually for right now. The Knight of Pentacles, right? So I feel like the beginning of this month is definitely this kind of slow and steady wins the race. Like there is something that you're looking to create, an opportunity that you're looking to maximize on, or that you're working towards and moving forward with. And so wanting to take those steps forward and doing it in a way that is actually very Capricornian. I mean, this is like an earth suit, earth sign, right? So very Capricornian is like, I'm going to be strategic about how I take action. This is an action oriented card. You're taking action at the beginning of this month, but it's like slow and steady. And I would recommend really working with that energy. You might feel like certain things have kind of slowed down a little bit, perhaps with regard to like, maybe it's work, maybe some kind of thing that's related to your career, right? And if so, it might be also because, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is now in retrograde, and that just kind of like slows things down a bit more. Like Earth is already a slow and steady kind of element. And then you have something like Saturn going, like already being retrograde, and it just kind of slows things down a little bit more. So just know that the steps that you're taking at the beginning of the month, and just to say also, the nights are all about action. Each one takes action according to its element in a different way. And so with the Pentacles, it really is thinking about having a strategy, like looking before you leap, kind of surveying as he is surveying the battlefield and not just rushing headlong into something, but having a plan of attack, like a battle plan, right? For how you're going to proceed and move forward with the things that you want to move forward with. I also feel like the middle of the month, you're going to kind of maybe feel a little bit more like you can relax a little, enjoy, celebrate, be happy about the accomplishments that you've had thus far and up to this point. And feeling maybe even a little bit more social here. I feel like that's the middle of the month. Maybe perhaps because of what you've done in the first third of the month and what you've been working towards already, since this is already a theme, it must already have been up for you, that you come to the middle of the month and you start to feel like, okay, I can take a deep breath for a moment. I can enjoy life a little bit. I can, have some like good food, good music, good libations, good company, and just kind of enjoy. And I think it's important for us to be able to do that for sure, 100%. And we move into the end of the month and we have the Ace of Wands. And I love having the Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands is definitely like that strike of lightning, that epiphany coming through, this inspiration for that comes through intuition and creativity, and kind of just getting that spark of fiery energy and feeling lit up about something. And I feel like this is assistance that's actually coming through to help you feel this way. And I think it's something that you've been needing or wanting, is to feel lit up. So yeah, it might be starting a little bit slowly. Capricorn's known for being hard work and being workaholic, but it's also how, if very well rewarded when you are working with that energy, and that's what's up for you. So I do see it coming towards the end of the month where you have maybe an epiphany, or you have more energy that's moving into this particular path that you're working towards, and feeling inspired to really go with that. And I feel like some of that's going to feel almost like it's not fated, not divinely guided necessarily, but just assisted, things maybe just kind of come to you or pop up in these ways that feel like it was kind of meant to be, synchronicity style, right? I see also there's some resistance to doing some of the more integrative type of slowing down work that needs to be done, right? Just seeing that it's that you can't be go, go, go all the time. This energy can turn into, like I said, workaholic energy. It can be I'm just going to keep going, keep going, keep going. And there is a point where you do need to slow down and not just party, have a good time, but also slow down and rest. Recharge your battery, rejuvenate, take care of your health, take care of your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health, whatever that means to you. In that time and space that we take to really slow down and spend some time alone with ourselves, we can have that space to integrate all of the different things that we're working on, all of the juggling pieces that we have going on in life. And often it's right in that time where, when we slow down, when we get hit with an epiphany, right? Where we get hit with insight or inspiration. And so this is and we all know this, right? We just know that we forget, and then suddenly when we're forced sometimes to slow down, we go, oh yeah, suddenly all of the pieces start to come together, but they can't come together. They don't have a chance to coagulate like that if we're just never giving them a chance to slow down. And I'm picturing a pool of beads, right? Almost like mercury beads, which is appropriate for a Gemini, but just separated, and them kind of finding their way back together and pooling together, right? And if you're constantly doing things in different directions, it's all the beads are all in these different directions. And then, once you slow down, they kind of have a chance to find each other and connect into a bigger pool, and you see the big picture. That's the imagery that I'm getting with this here. Wow, can you guys hear the wind outside? Can you hear that? It's super windy. So, and then we also get what advice you have coming through for not just navigating the month, but also just what is being said about the particular challenge, and notice too, that when something comes up as a challenge, it's it might not seem like it's that hard to do, but look at yourself through the month of July. Notice if you're feeling a lot of resistance to actually doing this. So you might feel like it doesn't sound like it's a champagne problem to have, I'll say that, but like it might not seem like a big deal, but you might find yourself like feeling resistance or feeling like it's hard to squirrel away some time that's just for you, especially if you have a lot going on your social calendar and you've got like work and like family and friends and a partner maybe, or children, or whatever it is, right? So what kind of spiritual advice do we have coming through for you? And we've got the Six of Swords. I just feel like you're being encouraged to really continue on your path, like continue your growth process. Don't slow down because you're concerned about leaving people behind or people not being able to keep up with your pace of growth, with your pace of, building and creating your life or your whatever project or business or opportunity it is that you're like working towards, whatever this is like really pointing to. Just know that it's like people have, I feel like as human beings, we do this kind of dance where we come together and we might come apart a little bit, and we come together and come apart a little bit doing our own thing. And the idea is like, especially if we're talking about relationship, like a partnership with a lover, right? We hope that they will stay parallel enough to each other in the growth process in this dance where we can stay together, right? And so sometimes that is the case, and sometimes it's not. But either way, you can't hold yourself back for other people. Now, I gave lover as an example, so I don't want to freak people out because I know that relationship can get really anxiety ridden about like relationships. But this is even with friendships, with family members, with people in your life that are other than that as well. So, and this can also be communities, right? Like communities and groups that you were hanging out with that maybe you're just like, I'm not like having as much time for that because I'm focused on this direction and what I'm building. And so the idea that's coming forth here, like what's coming through for this, like we could say divine guidance, is really just saying like, hey, don't stop your growth. You might have feelings about this that feel like not the greatest. Like there might be a little like grief involved in like going like, gosh, like I'm sad that we're not spending so much time together, or it doesn't seem like this person's going to come along the journey with me. Who knows? They might catch up later, but yours is not to slow down. Yours is to continue to go forward and continue your growth, continue going to that next land. And maybe at times that might feel a little emotional, but I feel like you're being encouraged to take that trip, to continue to go forward. So I hope that this has felt helpful. I don't know which video I'll have up on the screen. Perhaps it'll be like the last videos that I did for the last bi-weekly, so you can kind of see like how that plays into the story. And also I might just have up on the screen the first astrological highlight video of July, because I will have at least one up on July 1st for that. So be on the lookout for that. If you haven't already subscribed and hit the notification bell, please consider doing that so you don't miss any of those videos. And also, if this was insightful, please give it a like. It really helps me as I'm building the channel. So thank you for your time. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.